This is Jaguars Happy Hour. Jaguars Happy Hour is brought to you by Jet Home Loans. And now, just like the EVP, a guy with his own personal teal Jordans. Of course, his are in honor of Jordan Lewis, J.P. Shadrack.
Welcome in. It is the first hour of Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans on 1010XL, Jaguars.com, and Jaguars YouTube. And here's what's coming up, presented by Deep Eddy Vodka, handcrafted with real fruit. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Of course, the Jaguars over the Texans 17-10. Big defensive plays late in the game. 3 second-half takeaways, including 2 when it really mattered down the stretch. How to fix the drop issue on offense and what could be leading to them. We'll get to offensive talk overall as well, certainly, and quarterback play, a part of that. Keeping it real tonight in the second hour, the usage of Travis Hunter. Both now and moving ahead. We'll break into that. Fanatics fan questions, of course, as always. We'll go around the National Football League. J.P. Shadrack, Austin Lane in studio with me. What's up? How are you?
What's going on, man? Happy Victory Monday.
Yeah, happy back at you. Pete Briscoe is in South Florida, CBS Sports senior writer. Happy Victory Monday, Pete.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's a lot of things that went right. There's a lot of things that went wrong.
The one thing that went right was the winning result, the defense, the offense. We'll start with that. I mean, the drops and the, 6 drops unofficial, but 3 from BTJ, 2 from Parker, 1 from,
Okay, I'm going to defend Parker on one of them.
Okay.
Because he's crossing the field, and Trevor waited an hour and a half to throw the football. And by the time he threw it behind him. Should he have caught it? NFL receiver catches that, but it's bad throw.
Okay. That wasn't the only bad throw from Trevor, probably.
No, I mean, there's a couple bad throws from Trevor, but these drop balls, man, it started with Brian Thomas Jr., and now it's become contagious. And now you have a guy in Parker Washington who I felt was probably the most dependable wide receiver you had. He had 2 drops. And to, echo Pete, maybe one wasn't entirely his fault, but I think great NFL wide receivers, they make that play. So I don't know if it comes down to now, do we have to bring sports science in here and to try to, measure how Trevor's throwing the ball? Because I've never seen it like this before. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I know there's a lot of football being played and there's a lot of drop balls all over the place, but there seems to be a couple years now where, especially when you need it the most, there's drop balls.
I mean, there's one we just saw on our screen on Jaguars.com. I mean, Petrie reached around, made a good play, and kind of knocked it away. So there's some of that, too, a little bit.
Which one?
The one that we just showed with Petrie knocked out from hitting him.
The one
behind.
Parker, not the Parker.
No. The Brian Thomas Jr., I meant.
Right. Well, first off, a couple things about that. The one down the sideline?
That one right
not
there.
This one. He didn't put it away. That's on him.
Yeah. Okay.
That's on him.
All right.
He got to put it away. And the one on the sideline, he should have caught it. But Trevor needs to throw that out. That might be a touchdown. It's a bad throw and a bad drop, and all in the same play. I mean, there's a lot of little things on every play. They have no rhythm. There's no rhythm to the offense, whether it's the pre-snap penalties, the holding penalties. One of them probably wasn't a penalty, but they called it. The drops. There's no rhythm. The bad throws, the bad mistakes, the bad reads. I mean, De'Ami Brown has to be hit on the post. He's on one hash, and he throws it to the other one. He got to hit that.
Yeah.
The read in the fourth quarter, what the hell was he looking at?
I don't know. He had a guy underneath open, right?
He had the tight end open for the first down.
Yeah.
You got to throw it there. I mean, okay, Petrie made a good play to sink off of that and make the play, but you that's elementary reading right there. So yeah, I'm concerned about the drops. I'm concerned about the rhythm of the offense. I'm concerned about the penalties, and yes, I'm concerned about the quarterback.
Concerned.
And yes, and you haven't heard me say that.
No, you were all in, Pete.
Yeah, I just don't think he's playing at a high level. It's not awful. It's not, where you bench him or sit him down or do you have any other options for him, nor would I. Because I still think there's good football in there. But he needs to pick up his play. He needs to play better. I thought last week he did some good things and there were some bad things. This week, there wasn't a lot of good. I mean, the drops, okay. couple of shots. The shot that checked the play off and on late in the game and hit
Huge.
Thomas.
Great play.
But there's not enough of that. And so he needs to pick up his play a lot, to be honest with you.
This was a game where you saw that the running game was getting shut down a little bit, right? I mean, the Houston Texans, a little bit of an upgrade from the Bengals, from the Panthers defense, right? So this game, it kind of had the makings of, okay, if you're going to win it, it's going to be with Trevor's arm. And obviously, you walked out of that stadium and it wasn't, Trevor had that game-winning drive. No, what was it? It was the defense. Right, the defense kind of saved the day. Whether it was the interception or not the interception, the knocked out, the peanut punch they call it, with Tyson Campbell. Whether it was a few other turnovers that they caused. Like, this was the defense's signature game right here. And when you talk about the special teams of how they didn't really have their back because missed field goal, punting wasn't the best. Obviously, the offense was very stagnant. There was some drop balls. There was some bad passes. There was a turnover. Like. You can spread the blame all around, but the fact is the defense showed up in a very big way when they had to, and that's what you leave the stadium echoing. And I actually had the big conversation today on a different show talking about when we compare Trevor Lawrence to Baker Mayfield and how it's kind of similar, right? It's not similar because right now, if you're a Tampa Bay Bucs fan, you're leaving those games because they're 3-0, by the way. You're leaving those games thinking, man, Baker's got it in him. Right? Because he leads 3 game-winning drives. We're leaving these Jaguars wins thinking, Trevor can be a little better here. Trevor's got to be a little better there. And it's the same narrative because you can say, okay, you have, 5 drop balls in a game? And the other side of it is, you had some missed throws that could have been touchdowns. There was the deep ball at Parker Washington that he probably could have had. There was the other deep ball, I think, that when Pete was talking about, that could have been a touchdown. So those are 2 plays right there that maybe fall on the quarterback more than anybody. But then the interception, what happened before that? You had 2 drop balls, blatantly drop balls, right? So then you have an example of a quarterback that's maybe trying to do a little too much because, his team's not backing him up.
He's not turning it loose in some scenarios either. And I'm going to give you one. I watched the 22 today. When he scrambled for the first down, late in the game, it's a nice play. It really is. But when you go back and watch that play, he's got Bretton Strange running down the center of the field, and the defensive back is behind, has his back to him and is chasing him. It's a touchdown if you put it out there. Those are the things that aren't happening. And those are the things that bother me because I like to see the ball go down the field, and I don't think they're driving the ball down the field. What the Texans did, the way they played on Sunday, they dared him to beat them.
It seemed like it. Right?
You saw what they played the cover. They covered the center, the gap. They played the bare front, right? They came after him. You look at the tape, and they're pounding in there. They weren't going to let that run game beat them. And they said, "Go ahead and beat us with your passing game." They couldn't score points. They didn't score enough points. That's a problem. And we'll get into the specifics of some of the calls and some of the throws, but. The one that Thomas down the sideline, Thomas has to catch it, but he's got to put it out. That's going to he's behind Stingley. You got to put it out there. Bad throw, bad drop. There's little things on every one. De'Ami Brown in the middle of the field, put it in the middle of the field or on the hash over there. It's a touchdown. The one you mentioned to Washington, the drop in the middle of the field. There's just little things, and then all the penalties.
Right.
The one penalty, the one pre-snap penalty was what might have erased one of their best plays of the day.
Yeah.
When he hit Brian Thomas, that guy was set. You don't call that usually. When the guy goes in motion, that guy was set. And they said he wasn't set for a full second. If you saw that, ticky tack. But when you're getting that many penalties, they start calling those. They don't give you the benefit of the doubt, and that's what you're seeing. It's sloppy. It's really sloppy. But I'm worried about the quarterback. You mentioned Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, the same exact offense. He reads it faster. He does. He goes through it faster. So what do you do? How do you get him going? And I get I would be frustrated by him too when I do make a play and they drop it. I'd be frustrated as hell. But you got to, and here's the other thing, JP, we talked about this last year when Tony was on the show. Receivers running through zones, and instead of sitting in them, they just keep running. And some of them you're supposed to have run-throughs on. I get it. But a lot of times you got to sit down and give them a target instead of running right through the zone and landing next to the other defender where you have no target. And a lot of times that happens. So I think it's all a learning process. And I will say this. Number 12 needs to get the damn ball. Number 12 needs to get the ball. You saw that on that quick little throw over there. Get him down the field. Get him on some creative stuff in the middle of the field. It doesn't have to be just quick stuff. He can run. Mm-hmm. He can fly. He's got the speed. He's got the ability to run. Get him the ball.
This is Jaguars Happy Hour. 1010XL, Jaguars.com, Jaguars YouTube. We'll have plenty of time to get into the offense a little bit more. Let's touch on this defensive performance. And, it seems to me they're taking – we talk about this every week. Anthony Campanelli's personality. The edge players were great yesterday.
Yeah.
The secondary flying down and making contact and tackles and filling gaps. That's impressive to see. Travis Hunter on the defensive side, 6 tackles, 4 solo, coming in the run game and making a play too. That tells you all you need to know about the mentality of this defense. They're playing physical football and taking the football away again now. 9 takeaways on the year, tying their season high or the season total from a year ago. So they're doing their part, certainly. Austin.
Yeah. And I think when you compare it to last year, and granted, yes, the bar has been set low from last year, but the major difference to me from last year to this year's defense, they're having fun. It's as simple as that. So sometimes that's all it takes is for guys to buy into your scheme and your system is if they're having fun. And if you watch how this defense is ran, where you're given a lot of these pre-snap looks where people are kind of standing around, are we going to blitz, are we going to drop back into coverage? That's fun. I remember playing, in a Mel Tucker or Jack Del Rio defense, a 4-3 defensive end. Hand in the dirt, 6 technique or 7 technique. That's all it was, right? And sometimes go the wide 9. Boring, mundane, same thing over and over again. If you look at what these guys are doing on defense right now, you have games being ran up front in terms of when you want to blitz. You got guys in the back end, signaling they're going to blitz, then drop back into coverage. It's fun sometimes just to feel like you're an athlete. And I think that's what this offense or this defense is showcasing more than anything. It's letting guys be themselves. And I think two stakeout standpoints here we got to talk about is Tyson Campbell. His fault that Nico Collins scores a touchdown.
Double move.
Right? The double move. Mm-hmm. The one guy you can't have beat you, he beats you. Mm-hmm. Right? And he beats you badly. Well, how does he respond to that? Knocks the ball out a couple series later and helps win the football game. That speaks volumes because I feel like last year would have been okay. There's the long touchdown to Nico Collins. Okay, now it's woe is me. We're feeling sorry for ourselves. Here goes the lead, but they find a way. And then another guy too that I think what we really gotta give his props to is Devin Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Devin Lloyd was a guy in the preseason where I'm like, all right, it might be time to look at Ventrell Miller. Right? I don't care what the Madden ratings say. I don't care what PFF says. Devin Lloyd's kind of playing out of his mind right now. And if I'm a Madden ratings adjuster, guess what? Devin Lloyd, you're almost a 99 right now as far as I'm concerned because he was like a 90 or whatever it was to start the season out. He's playing really good right now.
Last week I said Wingard might be the most improved player I've seen in a long time. Devin Lloyd might be more improved.
Yeah.
He's actually – so if I sit here, what am I saying? I'm saying – is he in a money? He's in a money year, right? Guys play great sometimes in money years. You know that.
Is the scheme that much different for him? What are they doing different on defense, if anything, with him?
And they look. Austin mentioned it. They come to the line of scrimmage. He can run. He can show his athleticism. He can blitz. I think they're playing more to his strength.
There you go.
And he's leaner, by the way. You can look at his body. He's thinner. He can run better. You saw him chase down that screen pass on the side over there. He made that play. Now, on the next play, I don't know if it was his fault. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was a run at him, and he kind of jumped on the outside gap, and they ran right inside of him. So there's still some of those moments, but give him credit because he's much improved. And you mentioned Campbell. Campbell played well on Sunday except for the double move. Mm-hmm. And the other kid is a lockdown corner. If you watch the tape and you watch him play, people sit there and say, what did Travis Hunter do the other day? Go watch him play corner. And you know what? He's also a willing tackler for a not-so-big corner. If you can see him in the run game, he dives in there and takes those shots and tackles. So I think the secondary is just majorly improved because Jordan Lewis is a good player. Those 2 safeties are an upgrade. The secondary is good. The pass rushers are having good years so far, both of them. There's only one real knock on the defense. It's the interior down guys. And we saw a little bit more of Mason Smith on Sunday. Did you notice?
Oh, yeah.
And he does some good things where he's really good at getting push and letting the loopers come underneath him. He's strong that way. He didn't get the pressure. Well, a couple of times he got in on the pressure a little bit. I don't know if he got credited with him. Remember, he chased him down one time, and then he also got in there. But he's good on the interior, getting the push and letting them come through. Loopers come through.
We've got plenty ahead. We'll dig deeper into the defensive performance, of course, in Week 3. We'll return, though, and get back on the offensive side in this wide receiver room and see if we can find a solution to all these drops, Austin. That's what we're going to do.
I mean, I'm telling you, if it's another repeat performance against San Fran, you got to start slowing the film down and watching the spiral, because at this point, I think it's like the mechanics of the spiral coming into the gloves and people are dropping it. It's crazy.
It's contagious, apparently.
It is.
It was yesterday, at least. If you want Jaguars customized furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com and browse all customizable options. Zipchair furniture for fans. Plenty ahead. We're off and running. It's Jaguars Happy Hour, presented by Jet Home Loans.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Jacksonville Builders score big with DL Cabinetry. As the official cabinet supplier of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they offer top quality kitchen and bathroom cabinetry for any project. Enjoy fast turnaround, complimentary design, and great prices. Visit dlcabinetry.com today to learn more and to become a dealer. Limited spots available. DL Cabinetry, the winning choice for builders.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Football and Miller Lite. Duval's greatest pairing. Can cracks at kickoff. Tailgates going well past postgame. Sunday night overtimes. Followed by Monday morning pride. Knocking on bar tops for luck. Kicking back on any given Sunday. You never forget the way some things taste. Jags football tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2023 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium, because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbecue.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
When it's your money, your business, or your home, you deserve a partner who sees and hears you. A partner who is by your side every step of the way. That's Ameris Bank. It's a commitment we're proud to make, and one we back up by providing financial solutions to empower you. Because at the end of the day, we are dedicated advocates for you. Visit your local branch or learn more at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
Just knowing that you're doing the things that a lot of people want to do but not able to do or can do. So, I mean, you gotta have that mindset, and that'll help you go out there and stay focused and stay confident, just knowing that not everybody can do this. So, yeah, you got to go out there and make the play when the numbers call.
Brian Thomas Jr. after the game in the locker room yesterday after a Jaguars win over the Houston Texans, the first home win against the Texans since 2017 for the Jaguars.
Wow.
They got that done, and now a 2-1 record, second place in the AFC South. We'll get to the rest of the division coming up a little bit later. JP Shadrick, Austin Lane, Pete Prisco, it's Jaguars Happy Hour. Glad you're along with us on this Monday after Week 3. And let's get into the wide receiver performance in yesterday's game. Austin, as you mentioned, they had plugged up the run game, and so there was a lot of early passing game for the Jaguars offense. Brian Thomas Jr., 6 targets, 2 catches, 55 yards, including that long one, a 46 that set up the game-winning touchdown. And, boy, he needed that one. That was good to see him finally get one and convert one, and I think he was, it's the fastest player, I think, in a long time in the NFL. I saw a stat earlier today. His actual miles per hour was up there very high, which is what he does. Parker Washington had a tough day, 11 targets, 4 catches. De'Ami Brown, they're not sure about him and his shoulder injury yet. Should hopefully find out something a little later this week. And then, of course, Travis Hunter, 1 catch, 21 yards, shows his dynamic ability on the yards after catch. Tim Patrick had a catch as well. So, let's just start with obviously the drop issue is the number one problem right now.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
The next issue is, okay, let's see if De'Ami Brown is available moving ahead. And then what do? Is it more Travis Hunter there? And, can they throw it to him more than 5 yards down the field?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you watched that game yesterday when Travis Hunter caught that ball and made that move, I don't think in my 37 years of life and whatever, 20-something changes of football, I've ever seen a move like that. Like the way that he juked and faked, like he was going one way, then goes the other. Like that was an amazing move. It should have been probably a 5-yard gain, and his athleticism and his agility and just his football prowess turned that into whatever, a 20-something, 24-yard gain. Yeah. Like you can't even teach that. That's why you're the unicorn right there. I was at that game. And I was focusing on the sidelines. I'm like, why isn't Travis Hunter anymore on offense, right? And there was a couple of times where he was standing next to Liam Cohen, and you could tell he was kind of begging Liam Cohen to go in, and Cohen kind of shrugged him off a little bit. I think right now what you have on offense for Travis Hunter, it's a guy that when he gets the ball in his hands is very capable, but lining up properly, I don't think they trust him quite yet.
Interesting.
And I think that's the issue right now is getting him the confidence to go out there, whether it's motion, whether it's just aligning properly. They aren't there yet with him. And that's the only reason why I can think of why he's not getting more targets and why he's not out there a lot. Because they could use him yesterday. Yeah. It's not just the fact of, hey, well, we like Parker Washington this much. Sorry, Travis, you're not going to play it. No, it's. I think it's a fact of it's taking him maybe a little longer than expected to learn that playbook.
And I think he's only learned one position. I think they've limited what he does from a receiver standpoint because it was so overwhelming to do both. Yeah. And so that limits him a little bit as well. I think you're going to see more and more of them. If De'Ami Brown's shoulder is a problem this week, you're going to have to see more of them. And I think you should see more of them. He's a really good corner right now. He is. If you watch the game, you watch the tape, he's a good corner. But they need him as a receiver too. They need to get him involved, and I think they will start getting him more and more involved as he gets more comfortable with playing both.
All right, we'll keep this real a little bit later as well. We're going to dig a little deeper into what should be and has been done with Travis Hunter moving ahead. That's in the second.
By the way, you left off Strange off of that list. He had a pretty good game.
Well, yeah, that's where I was going next, Pete. 7 targets, 6 catches, 61 yards. They threw it to Hunter Long a couple times as well. Munt had a catch in the game, so the tight ends were involved, but getting Brenton Strange rolling, Pete, that's never a bad thing.
By the way, was that a drop for Long?
Oh, yeah, I think it was, actually.
I don't know if they counted it as one, though, but I thought it was.
I don't have it as one on, but ETN's had one. I had Washington with 2 and BTJ with 3.
So they didn't count him as one. Then.
I don't know if they did. Who's they? I mean, who's counting here? There's
the official drop list. It was. I think I saw 6.
There's no official drop list. It's a CBS list, not an official drop list.
Well, I mean, there's stats out there where they have chart the drops if you go look at them. I don't know what they charted about, but I thought it was 6. So I think he dropped that ball, and we'll talk about that sequence, by the way, because I got some thoughts on that one as well.
Oh, really?
Well, I think they botched it.
How?
Well, did they take the time out home with them?
Yeah.
So basically, you convert the third down, and you could have had more time instead of taking the timeout. They should have called timeout after they got the second down play, I thought. Right? What was the sequence there?
Oh, let me find it. Go ahead. Keep talking.
But I didn't think they handled that very well, and because they took the timeout home with them. What are you saving it for? Next Tuesday? I mean,
what do you got, JP? Got anything?
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
You know, JP,
you're asking a lot of them right now.
JP was at the end of the half. You know, I'm a stickler for clock management and stuff. It drives me up a wall.
I was getting ready to sing the praises of Brenton Strange here, but we got to go clock management real quick.
All right, so
I'll give him some
before
props.
halftime, all right, so the second
they get
Jaguars,
the ball back.
Yeah, they get the ball back. 1st and 10 from the Jaguars 19, 53 seconds to go. Lawrence short left to De'Ami Brown, 1 yard. Brown injured during the play. Timeout 2 by Jacksonville.
Waste of time there. Waste of time.
So they had to call a timeout there.
Okay, I get that.
I think it was probably forced because it's inside 2 minutes.
Yeah,
right.
Don't want to
2nd and 9. Lawrence short right to Strange, out of bounds for 16. Clock stops at 42.
Okay.
Lawrence pass short middle to Strange for 8 yards. And then the
No
clock,
timeout.
No timeout. Clock tick, 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 tick,
Tick,
tick,
tick, tick, tick, tick, tick,
tick,
tick, tick, tick.
2nd and 2 at the 44. Lawrence pass incomplete, deep left to Parker Washington. Clock stops. 14 seconds. Lawrence.
Okay, so he went from 42 to 14. Correct?
42 to 14. Correct.
Yeah.
And still had the timeout in their pocket.
That's right. Correct. And then on 3rd and 2, incomplete short right to Hunter Long.
The one he dropped. So
and then
you
11
punt.
seconds
and
on
you,
4th down.
And you punt. And you had to punt because if you don't punt there, then they get the ball and they have a chance to get a field goal.
But let me ask you this real quick. In that situation, they had 1 timeout left or 2?
1.
Okay. Well, I mean, isn't the whole goal, though, to try to get it down to a field goal range? You get it in the middle of the field because they're probably taking the outside. Get it in the middle of the field. Get in field goal range for Cam Little and then call that timeout?
No, you're right, Austin. But if you go from 42 to 14, then and take your timeout home, you got
sure.
You got to call your timeout, then go, then spike, then that's the way you do it.
So I mean, I think the argument here is that they could have got the ball quicker and not go down to 14 seconds left. Correct. I agree with you there.
Yeah, like when they got the second down play when he gets the pass with 42 seconds left.
Yes, you got to go.
You go right there. You call. I would have called timeout there, and then go.
Okay.
Because if you complete it, then you can spike it and go, and then get out of bounds or whatever.
Okay.
If you always have the spike, but the 28 seconds was more important than what the way they played it out. Mm-hmm. And as it turned out, they're going to take that time out and put it in a trophy case because they didn't use it.
right next to the AFC South Championship.
Put it in the banner, man.
AFC South Championship and
hang it from
the
the banner
that they didn't use in week 3 at the end of the half. Put it all in there.
Love that. Any other of those kind of stand out, Pete, to you?
4th and 2, I hated. I'll be honest with you.
Why?
Yeah. This game was this. And I'll give you another one at the end of the. Okay, the game was at that time was 10-10. It wasn't 35-35. These two teams weren't going up and down the field, right? Mm-hmm. So in a 10-10 game, if you're at what were they at the 47?
They were at the 47 of Houston. 6:18 to play.
Okay, how much?
6:18 to play.
So basically, what you're doing is if you get 25 yards, you're kicking a field goal to beat me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. At that
so
rate.
Why not, when your defense is playing the way it's played, why not punt it in and make him go beat you? It's not like it was 40-35. Nobody was going up and down the field. The only touchdown for the Texans was a double move.
True.
And by the way,
if they hit another one of those, then they're scoring a touchdown on you. Right. So.
But right. It just, I didn't like it. I like aggressiveness from the head coach. I just think in that scenario, it wasn't like you were at their 30. You were basically at midfield in a 10-10 game where nobody had moved the football. Why give him any opportunity to get 15 more yards and kick a field goal and beat you? Doesn't make any sense. And then who's he going to in that scenario?
Parker Washington.
Yeah. I mean, he's open.
He
was open.
Yeah, tipped at the line.
Yeah. So that was another one. And then my other nitpicky coach.
long list
coach.
today.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, yeah. The end
If
of
they
the
lose or they
end of
win,
the
I can't.
game.
And then
I
I'm
can't
like,
tell what the winning
victory
result
Monday
was.
went out right out the window.
Right.
End of the game. End of the game. Do you tell your guy to be ready to go down? Because they clearly let him score.
So I brought this up when I was watching it. I thought they should have let him go down because, and I get it, your defense is playing great. CJ Stroud, not so much. So you trust your defense in the situation, but I'm not sure if I even give him the ball back to get in that situation.
See, Liam explained this twice. He explained it last night and again the same way today in his press conference that, even if
they had two timeouts,
if they had stopped him twice and banged the timeouts, then it's a field goal. It's like 3, and then they got to get a field goal, and it's a shorter field.
It's kind of caught between with the way it was the two timeouts. It's kind of you're caught between a rock and a hard place. So you can go either way on it.
And the way their defense was playing too, a touchdown there. It's like, hey, they're playing defense. Let's stop them.
You could have told them to go down at the 1. They use a timeout, then you score. Mm-hmm. And then that timeout is out of the pocket.
Now, he also said that if it was down to one timeout going into that whole scenario, it's called the Rolex, the time on the clock situation, right? And that's when it comes into play. It's like one timeout, and then they run the clock.
Well, it comes into play too if you tell your team before you get out there if they're letting you score. And it was early for that to happen. By the way,
I was surprised Houston did that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's early. They could have played it differently. Yeah. They could have played stop, timeout. Stop, kick the field goal, then you would have had about 45 seconds left to go get yourself a field goal to tie it. Mm-hmm. But JP, you could have told your back, if they let you go down on the half-yard line, they'll call timeout, then you can score. If you don't score on that, they'd have to call timeout again, then you can try and score, and they don't have any timeouts. If you don't score, you kick your field goal. I think my scenario is better. Wouldn't you agree?
I mean, then you're leaving, 30 seconds or something at that point?
If you don't score, but either way, you're going to make them use
I'm talking about if
you
score on the 4th down.
There's 30 seconds.
Something 45 seconds, something like that.
No, because you wouldn't go on 4th down. You would kick your field goal.
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying you make them use at least one of those timeouts before you score. On 1st down, you go down at the 1 or the half-yard line. They call timeout. One of theirs is out the window. If you score on 2nd down, they don't have one of those timeouts. If you don't score, even then, you could still take a knee and then try and score on 3rd down. What I would do is I would have tried scoring 2nd down. I would have taken one of their timeouts. Then they have a minute 25 or whatever. Isn't that what it would have had?
Something
and
like
one timeout.
Yep. Okay. But all they would need, in theory, was a field goal if you don't score a touchdown.
Well, let's put it this way:
and
if they don't make a great play at the end of that game, they're getting a touchdown anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, he was open. If Josh Hines-Allen doesn't make that play, he's going to hit Kirk in the middle of the field, or he's going to get interfered with.
And by the way, Kirk was open early on that drive too, and they just missed
it
deep
so
out.
I think my way would have been better, but I could see it both ways. I understand what he's saying. That was weird for the It was early for the Texans. I'll be honest with you, really early.
It was just a weird game overall. I think
extremely weird game.
So strange.
Yeah.
Well, remember the Bucs did it to them last week. Remember, they let nobody admitted that, but they supposedly let Chubb score.
Well, and speaking real quick of a weird, strange game, I have to give props to Brenton Strange again because I think this guy right now going forward might be the most dependable thing on this offense because I don't think he's really given you a reason why you can't trust him.
I agree.
I think he's Trevor's security blanket.
He can block his ass off in the run
I think
game.
he's kind of a mismatch nightmare that we've seen so far. I think going forward right now, like if I'm a fantasy football and all that good stuff, I'm buying stock in Brenton Strange because I think you have to go out of your way.
I agree with you, but there's no way that Parker Washington and Brenton Strange should combine for what they have 18 targets or 19 targets.
Well, so here's the thing, though, Pete. I'm not mad.
And Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas shouldn't have what they have 7.
But once again, I mean, with Travis Hunter, I think it's about learning the offense, and I think later on in the year, more of those targets will come to Travis Hunter. With Brian Thomas Jr., we've seen it. It is what it is. You still have to get him the football. I get that. But I actually was a fan of how they used Parker Washington because basically what they said, and this is Coach Liam Cohen, I think, setting a precedent for this team. You stepped up the past couple of games. This is your opportunity to go out there now and show us what you got right now. Did he pass the test? Well, you had some drop balls, right? So now maybe those targets come back down. But I appreciate a coach that wants to go, you know what? This guy has stepped up the past couple of weeks. Let's get him more in a prominent role. Which they did.
He's been a good player. Yeah, he's been a good player.
No,
but again, when you have Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter on your team, they should be the ones getting the majority of the targets. Yeah. Why they're not, we have reasons for it, but moving forward, they have to be. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree, but I'm also a big proponent of riding the hot hand. And I think Parker Washington going into that game had the hot hand. Now he's obviously cooled off a little bit. And then against San Fran, look to Brian Thomas Jr., somebody else again.
All right, we've got plenty ahead. Let's come back and dig back into this defense a little bit more, including the edge rushers playing big in big moments for this group. We're on 1010XL AM, Jaguars.com, Jaguars YouTube, JP Shadrick, Austin Lane, and Pete Prisco. And this is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguars fans, it's time to show up and show out. Get game day ready with fresh gear from Fanatics. Rock your teal and black with the new Sideline collection, head-turning headwear, and exclusive drops you won't find anywhere else. Visit any of our 11 convenient locations throughout the stadium and rep your Jags in style. The Jaguars Pro Shop, a Fanatics experience.
The Jaguars bring performance, strength, and passion to every play. And you'll find the same when you bank with Everbank. Open an Everbank Performance Savings account and score serious savings. See what you could earn at everbank.com/Jaguars. Everbank, advantage you. Member FDIC and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Are you ready to love how you feel, look, and live in every season? At Elace, we offer more than just luxury med spa treatments. We provide a serene, judgment-free space where you can reconnect with the best version of you. Whether you want to refresh your natural look with Botox or Dysport, pamper yourself with a relaxing hydrofacial, or rejuvenate your complexion with laser resurfacing, our expert team in Jacksonville is here to tailor treatments to your needs. Visit Elace.com today and start your journey to loving yourself.
Hey Jags fans, stop dreaming of creating your game day fan cave and build the Jaguars den of your dreams with ZipChair. When it comes to maximum comfort, ZipChair.com is the only place for officially licensed Jaguars recliners, sofas, bar stools, office and gaming chairs, all featuring high-quality embroidered Jags logos. Crack open a few cold ones in the comfort of a ZipChair and make your home the place to be on game day. Head over to ZipChair.com and save 20% today. Use code JagsRadio at checkout. ZipChair.com, furniture for fans.
That's our calling card. Go out there and take the ball away. We've been talking about that since OTAs. We just want to go out there and force turnovers and make it a bad day for the offense and, those quarterbacks that we're facing. So we've been doing a pretty good job of that. You just have to stay on the screws and, keep preparing.
Jordan Lewis, Jaguars cornerback, one of 3 takeaways yesterday for the Jaguars defense. He had an interception. Welcome back. It's Jaguars Happy Hour, presented by Jet Home Loans. JP Shadrick, Austin Lane from the Hyundai Studios. Pete Prisco down in South Florida. We're on 1010XL, Jaguars.com, and Jaguars YouTube. Pete, the Jags won the game. They rallied, they won, they executed when they had to late. You do realize they're 2-1, right, Pete?
Could be 3-0.
But they're not.
Right, but they should be. If the officials hadn't thrown that bad flag on Travis Hunter, they'd be 3-0. And, maybe there would have been more than 45,000 people in the stands yesterday.
Well, there's that. I mean, come on, right? Got to come out and see this team.
Will they come out on Monday night? That's the question.
That's a great question. It's a great question. They should.
I hope for the sake of the city that they do. Because I know, I've been there, I don't live there anymore, but I lived there for a long time. I covered that team for a long time. I know there's a passionate fan base. There is. They're just jaded. They're scared. They don't want to be all in and get hurt again. So I think they're kind of laying low for a while. But that's the sad part about it is when you see the stadium, people are going to say, oh, fans stink. No, they don't. They don't. Not even close. It's a great fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Bills Mafia? Probably not, but it's still in its infancy compared to that. So I just hope that the fans do start going again, particularly if they win this week at San Francisco. If you win against the 49ers,
there's no excuse to not come.
You're 3-1, you're playing Patrick Mahomes. Go to the game.
It's not the same old Jags anymore.
Yeah.
If they do that kind of stuff.
No, because you know why? If they go to San Francisco and win, they'd be bucking a lot of trends of House of Horrors that California has been over the.
Whoa. And listen, this entire season I've been hearing it feels different this year with Liam Cohen and company, right? And I was probably the one guy that's like, until I see it on paper, until I see wins, like I'm not going to sit here and say that Bengals game was different. Like, yeah, it was different because you ran the football, but you still lost to a backup quarterback, right? So I was skeptical. And then you come in against the Houston Texans where we've seen it how many times where there's no rhyme or reason. Maybe you have the better roster on paper, but Houston always has your number in Jacksonville. And I was expecting more of the same. And even the way that game was trending, I was expecting more of the same. And then that Nico Collins touchdown happens. I'm like, oh, here we go again. We've seen it a million times before. But they find a way to win. And was it pretty? Absolutely not. Is there a lot to take away from the game in terms of you got to improve on some stuff? Yes, absolutely. But at the end of the day, I think they went out and they bucked a trend of a team coming into your house and having your number, especially after last season. They knocked out your quarterback. To me, now it feels different. Yeah. Right? Now, San Fran's going to be a big test going on the West Coast. San Fran, even though they're down a quarterback right now, we'll see if Purdy comes back. They're down Bosa. They're a well-coached, quality football team. Right? But I agree with you guys, where if they somehow find a way, and it may not be the best-looking win, but if you can beat San Fran, then there's no excuse why that stadium shouldn't be packed Monday night. Because I get it. People want to cheer for a winner, but people appreciate consistency. And I think if you beat San Francisco, then you're showing, you know what? We're getting better. We're getting consistently, and we're going to put out a winner, week in and week out.
And yes, the offense is working on things right now, but if it takes the defense being leaned upon early in the season to get to that point, so be it. And then at some point, the offense, in theory, Pete, will have to figure this thing out.
It's amazing that we're even saying that because we thought it would be the other way.
Yeah. You're right.
Now, the Texans' offense stinks, so it's hard to gauge that. That's a bad offense. Really bad. And that's a really good Texans defense, by the way. Really good. So it's hard to gauge that game and just throw it in because the week before the offense was pretty good, I thought. They were pretty good against the Bengals. Now, the Bengals went to Minnesota and just got whacked on Sunday. So that
Jake
you don't know.
Browning drove to the field on this Jags defense. I mean, yeah, they had the PI and all that, but still.
Let me ask you this. If they play Mac Jones, you have to beat Mac Jones. You know what he is. And you know what we thought he was on this program all last year. He ain't very good.
Right.
And did you see Mac Jones threw an interception Sunday against the Cardinals?
Yeah.
And there's a viral clip of him out there where he's kind of chuckling, hee ha ha, talking about it. What? If you lose to Mac Jones, that's a bad look. Now, like I said, California is a house of horrors. How many times did you go play in California when you were there, Austin?
I want to say I played there twice, but the one that sticks out to me was the Chargers game because even back, so it'd been 2010 with Coach Del Rio, you weren't winning at all at the West Coast. So they changed how we approached it, and instead of going out there early, we went out there the night before and got kind of 0 hours of sleep, got messed up with the time schedule and everything, and we went out there and laid a giant egg against the Chargers. It was bad. It was really bad. And then the following year, I think we played the Chargers. It might have been Oakland, I think we were there for, and they had our number as well. Now, playing on a baseball field is not fun, but, we should have won that game, but they had our number. So there's something to be said for going that West Coast.
Yeah.
What's their record on California now?
Well,
JP?
it's 1-18 or something, right? They won the last game at the Oakland Coliseum.
Yeah.
That was the win.
I remember one year when I was covering the team, they played in the Oakland Coliseum, and the plumbing went out and the toilets broke, and the guys couldn't take a shower after the game, and and plus they got beat. They were angry. Believe me, they were angry.
Of course, the Jaguars have played twice at San Francisco and lost both of those. So 20.
What are those scores?
20-3 back in 2009, and then 44-33 in 2017. Those are the away games.
Yeah, it's just for whatever reason, and I don't think they're going out early because I don't think they do that anymore. But so, it's just been a bad situation. But like you mentioned, Austin, Nick Bosa's out for the year.
Mm-hmm.
He's the heart and soul of that defense. He's not
Fred
there.
Warner's. Fred Warner
Fred
now
Warner,
is playing maybe at the highest level he's played at in a while too.
But you know what
Robert
I say?
Saleh's got them all playing really well.
They have 6 stars on that team. 6 true stars. Trent Williams.
Sure.
Brock Purdy counts because you make that guy your star.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, and Fred Warner. 6 pure stars.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 3 of them might not be in the game. Kittle's not there. Nick Bosa's not there. And Purdy might not be there. That's 3 of your stars not in the game. That's if Brock Purdy doesn't play and Mac Jones plays, you win. You have to win that game. You have to win that game. You can't lose to the backup quarterback who was on your own team last year.
No, you shouldn't, at least. Are you going to lock it, Pete, if you're that confident?
No, California House of Horror. No, I'm not getting into that mess. No. Maybe next week when the Chiefs come to town.
Oof. Yeah, they're not the Chiefs they once were. They're still, you know what, though? Question them at your own peril.
Well, and if you want to talk about narratives, I mean, how good has this Jaguars team been on, primetime games lately? I mean, that's going to be another test. Like, literally, I mean, we can sit here. This is like the feats of strength right now.
Guess what?
They beat Houston at home.
They've stunk a lot of places against a lot of teams over the years. True, so there's some of that, too.
Yeah.
But they do say that this is a whole new regime. It's a new team. It's new this, new that. Well, then go show people it's new. Like you said, Austin, go show them.
So far, so good. I mean, I think Houston
Texans is just that's a big step in the right
Houston
direction.
was a check mark. Now going to the West Coast and playing in California, that's the next one. Then playing a primetime game against say what you want about, with a pretty solid opponent still, I think. That's another check mark. So, I mean, if you can knock off a couple of those check marks, then guess what? It's different here.
What's the schedule get like after the Chiefs?
Well, it's funny you asked that, Pete, because we were talking about this earlier before the show today. Of course, the Niners this coming week, and then home against the Chiefs on Monday night, home against the Seahawks, and then London against the Rams.
That's a tough little stretch right there.
Right. And then, bye week, and then at Vegas, and then at Houston, and then home against the Chargers.
Yeah, it's not an easy schedule. By any stretch, those are like Seattle's better than you think they were. You get them at home. That's a big edge for you, though. That's a long trip for them, and you're at home.
Rams are good.
Rams are good. Rams are really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough. The Chargers are playing great.
Chargers are good.
The Chargers have Herbert playing like what people thought Lawrence should be playing like. Right? Remember when they played off in that playoff game and the 2 gunslingers, young gunslingers ripping it around? Well, one's still ripping it around, and the other one needs to start ripping it around. Let's be real. He's got to start playing like that.
Let's come back in a moment. We'll take a look at the AFC South, one other game in the division yesterday. We'll recap that. And then coming up in the second hour, Fanatics fan questions. And yes, we'll keep it real about the usage of Travis Hunter. Plenty more ahead. From the backyard to the beaches, the Ford F-150 with available Pro Power on board gives you the power of a mobile generator. Ford, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. See your local Ford dealer today. It's Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dream Finders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dream Finders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dream Finders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Game day means it's time to get loud, get proud, and get real. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Deep Eddy Vodka brings real flavor made with real ingredients to every tailgate, watch party, and post-game toast. Handcrafted in small batches in Austin, Texas, Deep Eddy Vodka is distilled 10 times and is made with purified Texas water, real fruit juice, and pure cane sugar. Wherever you're cheering on the Jaguars, make every moment a real one with Deep Eddy Vodka, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Please stay drink responsibly. Deep Eddy Vodka is a product of Deep Eddy Distilling Company, Austin, Texas. 35 to 40% alcohol by volume, distilled from corn.
It's game time, Jaguars fans. This season, feed your fandom with the Jaguars sub from Publix, the official supermarket of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Wow! Sink your teeth into crispy chicken tenders, boar's head bacon, melted cheddar, sweet coleslaw, and smoky barbecue mayo, all stacked on a fresh white roll. Taste the hype only at Jacksonville Publix locations. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
It's Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years straight. Choose a gas, hybrid, or all-electric F-150. Got a heavyweight job to do? It's time for Super Duty. Save on a great selection of Ford trucks, including Maverick and Ranger. It's Ford Truck Month. Time to make your move. Don't miss the best offers of the year during Ford Truck Month.
Watch the game, host your crew, or just unwind at BC Grill and Patio at Sheridan Jacksonville, part of the Marriott family of hotels. Enjoy craft cocktails, tasty bites, and indoor-outdoor seating perfect for watch parties, happy hours, and events. Mention this radio ad for 10% off food and drinks. Visit SheridanJacksonville.com or call 904-564-4772.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? Right now during the Renewal by Anderson's Big BOGO event, buy one, get one 40% off, plus zero money down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. At Renewal by Anderson, our Acclaim Impact Replacement windows are built for Florida homes and designed to help you save money on your energy bills by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round. Offer expires September 30th. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free design consultation. License number CGC 1527613.
Welcome back. It is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans on 1010XL, Jaguars.com, and Jaguars YouTube. If you're Duval enough to become the Jaguars 2025 Fan of the Year and earn a trip to the Super Bowl, visit NFL.com/Fan of the Year and nominate yourself or another fan today. JP Shadrick, Austin Lane, and Pete
Can't
Briscoe.
help yourself.
You know what? I don't know how much he's got to be past that by now, but I think at first he was like, "Just can we move on?" Yeah, but it's classic.
Yeah, he didn't like it. He didn't like it in the beginning, but now I think he'll laugh. By the way, I like the way he handles his team after games. Do you guys watch those?
Yeah,
of course.
And
Yeah,
we're going to hear
it.
that coming up at the top of the next hour in a few minutes. But
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
he's right. He's all about it. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I think he handles the media pretty well too.
I think he's great with the media, actually.
Yeah. I like I said the other day, I thoroughly learned stuff when you talk to him, and I respect him for that. And you know what? When you, like that one time when I told him what I said about him and whatever, he didn't care. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
No.
You know, I have to give Liam Cohen a lot of credit here just because I always have the preconceived notions of when a first-time head coach takes over a team. And if it's an offensive-minded guy, I think of more like analytical X's and O's. I don't think, is this guy going to be a great leader of men, right? Like, can this guy get the most out of his guys? And then you look at like defensive coordinators, like, like Aaron Glenn, things like that. It's like, yeah, maybe the offense won't look great in New York, but I guarantee like he's going to try to get the most out of his players, right? Because he's more of like a vocal leader, hold you accountable type of guy. I didn't know what type of guy Liam Cohen was. And, obviously the Duval thing comes out. I'm like, oh, man, all right. Is he going to be able to rally a locker room and everything? Well, the behind-the-scenes access of him and, yelling and screaming and celebrating and holding people accountable, number one, it's refreshing. But number two, I didn't know he had that in him. Like, I didn't know him personally. I've talked to him, never met the guy personally, though, in terms of having a long-winded conversation. I think he is the man for the job because that was my biggest question mark for him.
Me too.
You knew that you can call the plays, X's and O's and everything, maybe get good quarterback play, fantastic. But can you elevate guys? Can you motivate guys? Can you get guys to rally behind you? And that was the biggest question mark to me. And you know what? And I get it. Yesterday, Pete, it didn't look great. But that win, I feel like, was a reflection off intensity and a reflection off physicality and this never quit attitude. I think it should be celebrated.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think he's, from that standpoint, I always say this. You got to know if the guy can handle the room or not, because you're not a coordinator anymore. You're a coach. You're a head coach. And so that's the biggest transition for all those guys. And he seems to have made that pretty smoothly, which I give him credit for that.
And I think just being around him a little bit, at first it's like, okay, what's the story with this guy? But he is as competitive as they come, by the way. I mean, right there, top-tier competitor in the whole building, and that overflows into when he's in front of the team and shows. But that it may not be publicly at the podium a lot. It's just kind of – he has really good answers to the podium. But when he's behind some of these closed doors – he handles things the way of a competitor. Yeah. So.
Yeah, by the way, did you see the video of the 6'7" cheerleader in a hoodie after the game?
Who would that be, Pete?
Oh my God!
He almost got knocked down by Josh Hines Allen.
Did you see it though?
I did.
I mean, it's like he should have had pom-poms out. Best boom bomb. I'm Tony Baselli. Woo!
Wow.
I can't help myself.
Everybody's happy when they win. That's how that works.
One time we got to find, sometime on this show today, we got to find that video and show it.
We might. We'll get to that. We're coming back. Second
Come on, Joe.
hour.
Come on, Joe. Let's get that on him. Come on.
Second hour of the show coming up. Fanatics fan questions. We'll keep it real. We'll look at the division. Look at the league. It's all ahead. It's Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
If you look closely at a Ford SUV, you won't just see eye-catching design. You'll feel adventure and a new sense of freedom in a Ford Bronco, or an elevated level of confidence from the advanced technology found in a Ford Explorer. And with standard 4x4 in the Bronco Sport, you'll find the strength to overcome almost any obstacle. It's time to see Ford SUVs in a new light. Stop by your local Ford dealer today to find a great deal on a new Ford SUV.
My best friend Riley loved going to the beach. She was a great swimmer. Then one day, during a swim meet, she collapsed. She had cancer, Hodgkin lymphoma. She spent months getting care at UF Health. The doctors did so much, even put her in a clinical trial. I wish we could go to the beach right now. But she's working.
Out of the water.
She's on lifeguard duty. Maybe we'll head out when her shift is done.
UF Health. Human progress has no finish line.
What's the best part about lawn care during the winter? You can give it a rest. Lawns only need watering up to once a week. Really, that's it. Using less water means you're saving time and money that you can put towards something else. Before you run your sprinklers, remember, give it a rest and only water up to once a week. For more information, visit waterlessflorida.com.
Hi, it's Sam Kavaris. Just like the best players to ever wear the Jaguars black and teal, Echo East Coast Transportation is reliable when it counts. As the team's official transportation provider, they've been getting the Jaguars players, staff, and executives where they need to be, safely and on time, for more than a decade, with the newest vehicles and professional drivers. Call them at 904-631-5466 or find them online at ectjax.com and use the code SAM in the special instructions for your 15% Jaguars discount.
A bold change. A historic development is underway for the Bold City, and the Jacksonville Jaguars and team partners are a part of it. Introducing First and Forward, a development partner program highlighting the significant contributions made toward the transformative efforts to the city of Jacksonville. Thank you, Belter, Brooks Building Solutions, Jackson Electric Supply, Office Images, Sims Crane, Start Tech, and People's Gas. Championing progress on the field and in the community. The First and Forward program. The First Coast Forward Together. To learn more, visit jaguars.com/forward together.
Staying with it. Right? Highs and lows. We talked about that. How do we respond? Tyson Campbell. Let's go. Hey, Brian Thomas Jr. Guys, when you play complimentary football defensively, y'all were on it today, boys. On that. Guys, it wasn't pretty in some ways. Understand that. Guys, it doesn't matter. You learn how to win. We learn how to win.
That is head coach Liam Cohen in the locker room right after the Jaguars win over the Texans yesterday in week 3. The Jaguars are down 2-1 with a 17-10 victory. Welcome back. It's the second hour of Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings before the game, after the game, and during the game. We're on 1010XL, Jaguars.com, and Jaguars YouTube. And let's take a look at what happened yesterday. The Jaguars, of course, got the win over the Texans. The defense led the way. 3 second-half takeaways, including a fumble recovery and an interception to seal the win late. 9 takeaways in 3 games for the Jaguars defense, leads the league, and equals the total from the 2024 season through 3 weeks. Jaguars struggled offensively. They had some drops and penalties, but had some executed plays in key moments late, including the Brian Thomas Jr. catch and run to set up the game-winning touchdown. Brian Thomas Jr. did have 3 drops in the game, but he had that key play late, and hopefully that sparks something moving ahead for him. Other issues with drops, Parker Washington had some as well. Jags didn't find a way to overcome for a team victory. You heard Liam Cohen discussing that there. And now, at 2-1, the Jaguars are second place in the AFC South behind the Indianapolis Colts at 3-0. Up next, a West Coast road trip. The Jaguars visit the San Francisco 49ers in Week 4. J.P. Shadrick, Austin Lane, Pete Prisco. And the second hour of Jaguars Happy Hour is upon us. And that's what we were talking about at the end of last hour, was that locker room demeanor for the head coach. And credit the organization for allowing that kind of stuff to go out as well. They had the losing one last week, which was really
unreal. It's unreal that they do that, and I credit to those guys, like you said. I think open access is great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's football, right, Austin?
Yeah, there's no secrets.
Right. If there's secrets, that's different. You're not going to show every positional meeting. You don't want to do that.
No. I mean, that's going to be a little gamesmanship on their part. But no, I think it's refreshing because it brings the fan in on it. Right, I think that's been the goal since Tony Baselli, since James Gladstone got here, and since Liam Cohen was hired. It's like they want to purvey the fact that we're all in this together, right? And I think the more access that you provide fans, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's great answers and press conferences, the more fans can rally behind that stuff. Especially, I mean, let's be honest, last year, you got nothing, right? Like last year in terms of, can you explain this play? No, I don't think I will.
And
right?
Why are you asking me?
Why are you
who's
asking
calling
me?
the plays?
You won't understand, right? Like that. What fan wants to hear that, right? So it is refreshing because it's a complete 180 from what you had last year.
And it's a younger generation of leadership too. Let's be honest. I mean, both the GM's 34 years old, 35.
Yeah.
Head coach is 39. Baselli, in the grand scheme of things, is a younger generation, played the game, kind of he's been involved with fans
counting
a lot.
football years, he's a lot older than you think.
Yeah, right. I guess so. He's 50-something going on 70. But the whole mindset's different because he's been with fans before. The coach and GM are young. They get it. They're on their phones. They know what that means. They know what social media means and means to an organization.
By the way, I thought the uniforms were great. I will say when they were backed up in their own end zone, and they had that end zone the way it was, it brought back memories of the play that forever changed the franchise. In 1999, those end zones were painted the exact same way, and they were backed up in their own end. And Leon I don't know if he's going to get mad at me or not, but somebody on that side didn't get the line call, and there was a loop inside, and they sacked Mark Brunell for safety in the championship game, and then they punted, free kicked it, and Derek Mason ripped the kick off for a touchdown. Game over. Franchise never the same. Wow. True.
Thanks for the memories, Pete.
That's what had they used those end zones since then?
I think they did last year. I think they painted them last year for the throwback.
Did they paint them black that
way
last year?
I think they did, yeah.
Or was it teal?
Are you sure?
It might have been teal.
I don't think it was black.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought the uniforms looked great. I think those uniforms. Now, the striping on the pants was never great, I didn't think, the old striping. But the rest of that uniform looked fantastic, I thought. What do you guys think?
I'm a fan of it all, and like you see players speak out about it. I think Jordan Lewis said, like, make these our primary and everything. I saw him on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it now. But, like, I think, especially with my generations, like, we get so wrapped up in, like, jerseys and the unveiling and everything like that and the social media presence of it. But I do think there's something to be said when you have a new regime and you start winning football games again and you kind of turn over a new leaf, that I think it's important to incorporate maybe like a new uniform then when that happens, right? I'm not saying they're quite there yet, right? You're 2-1 right now, so like you're on the trajectory. But I'm saying, like, if you have a successful season and people are pleased, then maybe take a look at it and make it.
I could see that kind of aligning with the new stadium, maybe.
There you go.
28.
There you go.
Oh, it's a new. Hey, the Jags have won a couple of Super Bowls between now and then, and then they're moving into the new stadium with a new look and a new feel, and the winning football team.
Because I remember when Shad Khan first took over, it was the bicolor helmets. I remember going to that.
Yeah,
like,
those were terrible.
You want to hear?
By the way,
okay, go ahead.
Did any of the? I was going to ask if any of the 32,000 people in the stands wore any throwback gear.
Hold on, you gave him 40-something earlier, Pete. You keep lowering the number. How the hell do you do that?
I'm being sarcastic. That's why. But was there any throwback stuff being worn in the stands? I mean, because I think it's got to. They're selling it now, so I think it's kind of cool.
You were out there.
Yeah,
Austin,
there was some throwback stuff for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, my son was trying to get his hands on one. I'm like, let's just give some time. You got, I guess, bought you a new Jaguars shirt, so we'll get you a jersey in meeting time. He wants to get a Travis Hunter jersey. All right, so let's get the offensive numbers up a little bit, and then maybe we'll see what happens.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure
you got to get at least 50 yards receiving, exactly. And then maybe you get. If he gets 50 yards receiving this week, Austin, you have to go out and buy your son the jersey,
done. Okay? Because there aren't a lot of quarterback jerseys getting sold right now, I feel like, in the NFL, right?
No. Is there? I don't know. Especially, I don't know. Especially maybe not around here with the way the quarterback's been playing the last little while, right?
Corner. I didn't say corner. No, corner.
Oh, no.
Defensive back.
No,
I didn't say quarter.
Yeah. We can talk quarterback.
Yeah.
What were you going to say about this? I'm sorry, but what were you going to say about the two-tone helmet?
So that whole helmet thing. So they didn't. We had zero access before they actually unveiled it. We didn't know what it was going to be. And I remember they asked like Tyson Alualu to kind of come up there and like, smile at the pictures and everything. So like we're standing up there, and this is like, what do you call it, the atrium? Is it like the main dinner spot where the players eat, like the lunch spot? Not the atrium. Yeah, here in Jacksonville,
in this building.
Yeah.
Not in this building.
Oh, the West Club.
Yeah, the West Club. Thank you. Yeah, the West Club.
What are you talking about?
No, sorry. Yeah, the West Club. And so they have like this giant press conference and everything, and they unveil it. And it's literally like a live reaction because we had no idea what it was going to be. And Tyson Alualu, of all people, who showed no emotion ever towards anything, they unveil the curtain. I turn to Tyson. He goes, "Ooh," and I go, Tyson, get up there, man, and sell it. He was like, I'm like, you got it, man. Don't worry about it. And like he just, I mean, like this right here was the best reaction you could ever had from Tyson Alualu.
You guys wore black jerseys and pants a lot when you played, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, that was when Shad Khan took over. Because when it was the Weavers, it was more the teal and everything and the white. Right. And then once Shad Khan took over, then it was the black jerseys, which we were very excited about.
I thought the uniforms are great, but I know a lot of fans got the weebie-jeebies from the end zone being that color yesterday.
Jeez, Pete, come on, man. It's always that. It's always that. It's not the other 14 wins they had that year, probably with the same end zones.
True, but they didn't have a play in that end zone that
There's been a lot of plays in that end zone, by the way, over the years.
That play changed the path.
It's not the only play in the history of the franchise.
They were going to the Super Bowl that year at home, and that play changed it all.
You know what happened on the other end? In '96, Morton missed the kick, got him in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So that's a positive.
True, but they weren't on the doorstep of going to the Super Bowl that year until they had to go on the road and win those games.
Okay,
they were home that day in their stadium.
Why are you're cherry picking one play? That's my point.
Because the franchise hasn't been the same since.
Because it's low-hanging fruit for you.
After the Morton Anderson kick, they were good for 3 more years.
Right. I can't believe I have to call my therapist now after a victory Monday and go talk to her about the Jaguars' issues, man.
The Jaguars stink so bad they're 2-1 right now.
And then you got to go back to the 90s, and now it's like it hasn't been the same since.
Come on,
man.
Come on, Pete.
I'm just pointing out that the color of the end zone brought back a lot of.
What did you have in your Wheaties this morning? Because it cannot have tasted good.
Reality. They're 2-1. They should be 3-0, but you can't feel good about the way the offense played Sunday. You just can't.
No, absolutely not. But do you feel better where they are right now than last year? I do. And that's progress as far as I'm concerned.
They're better than they were a year ago.
Yeah, exactly.
They're better than they were.
They're not going to win a bunch of games dropping balls and having penalties like that, though.
Let me ask you, read the quarterback season numbers to me.
Stand by. I'll get that to you right here. The quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars so far in 2025. Here are if I can get to it, the statistics for Trevor Lawrence of the Jacksonville Jaguars passing the football. Here we go. I'm getting to it right now. Trevor Lawrence, 63 of 113. That's 56%. 671 yards. 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a rating of 70.3. He's been sacked only 3 times.
That's what I mean. That's awful. I mean, you talk about you talk about were they playing better last year at that? Was he? I can't imagine, but I don't think he was worse after 3 games a year ago.
Well, I would guess that he had a higher percentage because of all the bubble screens that you love, Pete.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying. Hey, but this team will throw some screens now too.
Yeah,
won't they?
Hey, if that's what's working, right?
And to be fair, Pete, I mean, once again, like I'm not trying to make up excuses here and everything, but those first 2 games was really on the legs of Travis Etienne and a little bit of Tootin as well, right? Like, I mean, last year you couldn't run the ball at all. This year they're showing you can actually run the football. Now, Houston was a different story, and I think that's going to be a top-tier defense, right? Maybe a top 5 defense going forward for Houston.
And
so
they adjusted in the second half and actually ran pretty good in the second half.
So I think when you have the ability to run the football like they do, you don't have to have Trevor put up these crazy numbers. Look at Jalen Hurts. I mean, listen, I've seen how many videos of you saying Jalen Hurts isn't a top 5, top 7 quarterback. Well, he doesn't have to be because he's on a great team that can run the football. Now, when he's counted on sometimes, like yesterday against the Rams playing from behind, then Jalen Hurts had his signature game, and he's going to have some of those. Hopefully, Trevor Lawrence, when it's counted on going forward, can have one of those signature games.
And the completion percentage would be higher if there weren't the drops. Let's be real. I mean, that number's a little misleading, so I'll give him the benefit of that. There, I just think at some point we got to sit there and say, okay, here's a 273 no pick game. It's got to happen at some point. You got to we thought that would be kind of what it would be. You got Brian Thomas, you got a number 1 wide receiver, you draft Travis Hunter, you got that dimension to it. Brenton Stranger's going to go to the next level. The line's better. They're going to run the ball. They need to get that going. And I will say this: quarterback play in the NFL right now isn't great across the board. If you look at it, the numbers are like I think Justin Herbert might have been the only guy to throw for 300 yards yesterday.
Wow.
Because I don't think Caleb Williams got there late, and I don't think Dak Prescott got there in garbage time. So I think at the moment, and I got to look, but late in the day, Herbert was the only 300-yard passer.
Wow.
We used to have 5 or 6 of those a week.
Yeah, that was standard.
Wow. Yeah.
Right? The game's changed.
Can we hit a 50-yard down the field pass at some point too? Like, I mean, they've had a few chances, and they haven't hit the big one down the field yet. They hit the catch and run.
When have they hit one at all this year? No, right?
No, they missed Travis Hunter down the field. It was an interception week 1, a great one-handed pick by J.C. Horn. Remember that?
Right.
And then the 2 misses this week. Last week, I don't remember anything like deep.
I don't remember
down the
anything
field
down the field either
in Cincinnati. But they missed a couple this week. I mean, so at some point, let's connect on one of those.
Yeah, that's true.
Particularly when he had time on those to throw those.
The line was been playing great. He had all day.
They
to
weren't
throw
as
the
good yesterday. They weren't as good yesterday.
Compared to seasons past,
really good defense.
Yeah.
But
I'll take that.
And watching the tape, if I ranked the line, I thought Anton was good. The right guard had some struggles. McCary had some struggles. Hainsey was good. Cleveland played like a guy who was hurt and almost didn't play. It was his worst game. And Little wasn't great. So you combine it, it wasn't a great performance by the offensive line. It just, and that you mentioned it, Austin. That's a good defense. They got guys that can get around the edge, and they got guys who can push inside. Tim Settle and that group, they played good on the inside yesterday.
And there were moments, though, where he had time to throw the ball down the field on those deep throws.
Because, Danielle Hunter didn't do a lot yesterday.
No. And Stingley was out for a majority of the game.
Missed a lot of the game.
So they were, and this is what Pete talked about the first segment here. Like, they were kind of daring Trevor to go deep and beat him. Like, there were some plays available out there, and there were some that he also missed as well. So that's got to be the difference going forward, right? When the defense gives you those looks, you have to make them pay for it. And granted, like, how many quarterbacks can make those throws yesterday, right? I mean, maybe a handful. But
he's supposed to be one of them.
But that's what I'm saying. If you want to, for what you're making in terms of your salary and everything, for what they're paying you, the franchise quarterback model and everything, if that's the case, then yeah, you have to capitalize on some of those throws.
So. You're making $55 million a year. You got to hit those.
And listen, and sometimes you have to overcome the drops as well. Like, if you look at last year, Kansas City, Green Bay, top 5 or top 6 in terms of drops in the NFL, right? But no one was saying, oh, Jordan Love isn't going to be the future. No one was saying, oh, Patrick Mahomes is a bum. No one's saying that, because at the end of the day, you have to elevate the guys around you, and you have to overcome those drops. So hopefully going forward, Trevor Lawrence can do that as well.
I got a sneaky suspicion that he's going to play well this week at San Francisco.
You think so? What gives you that? Why is that?
Just a hunch. I think they might be forced to. If Purdy plays, they might be forced to.
Oh, okay.
That team is good at getting an aggressive defense to go one way and slipping a guy out wide open the other way. And this is a pretty aggressive young defense. They go after the football. So I think Shanahan can get them going one way, sneak somebody out the back door, and might end up scoring some points that way.
And let's be honest, the Texans might have put together the blueprint for how to attack this Jaguars offense right now. Stop the run, plug it up, and make 16 beat you.
And they put a guy in both gaps, and it was the old Chicago front. That's what they did. When you play that front, you're daring teams to beat you through the air.
So they're going to see that a lot.
But they did run the ball in the second half.
They did.
Jacksonville. Yeah. They ran it a little bit better. And Tootin needs to play more. I'm going to say it. Tootin needs to play more. Tootin needs to play more. I say it every week, don't
I? You know what? He shows why.
Real quick, though, how do you feel about Tootin in terms of, pass blocking? Because I think he's getting better. But that's the one reason why he's not out. That's the biggest thing right now.
And I also think he's had problems. Like he even said the other day, he ran the wrong way on that touchdown.
Yes, he did.
Sure, yeah.
But it was a perfect matchup because he just.
I thought, oh my God, Liam Cohn just designed a great play. He's got the screen action going all to the right, and then he's got Tootin back the other way. And he said, I went the wrong way. He didn't get the check.
Yeah, yeah. And Trevor threw it to him anyway. Instead of throwing it away.
Listen, it all worked out because they were in a blitz and they had to drop back their defensive end, so that worked out. Now, if it's a regular base defense and that linebacker's seeing that,
yeah,
I would hate to be tooting that backfield.
You know what that did, though? It helped Trevor's completion percentage.
True, it did.
56% or whatever it was, that play. We're back in a moment. We're going to keep it real about Travis Hunter's production and usage on both sides of the football. Mr. Chubby's Wings, our food options tonight, the chicken wraps. We had the Chubby-style wings, and we had mozzarella sticks. They were fantastic. And, by the way, they're going to have a watch party this Sunday for the 49ers game in the Ponte Vedra location. Giveaways, autographed memorabilia, tickets to the Monday night game against the Chiefs being given away, and appearances by the Roar and Jackson DeVille. So check them out for the Niners game in Ponte Vedra this Sunday. We're back in a moment, keeping it real right around the corner. It's Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings.
Craving the ultimate game day experience? Look no further. Cheer on your Jaguars as they travel to San Francisco to take on the 49ers this Sunday at the official away game watch party at Mr. Chubby's West Side. Indulge in the biggest and best wings in town with appearances by Jackson DeVille and the Roar. You'll even get the chance to win autographed items and game tickets, all while soaking up the lively atmosphere with fellow Jags fans. Mr. Chubby's Wings, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
What's Here is a place that generations have trusted to help their kids grow up healthy and strong. What's Here are caregivers with knowledge and expertise rivaling any children's hospital in the world. What's Here is the only Level 1 pediatric trauma center in our region. What's Here is Wolfson Children's Hospital, with the technology, research, and dedication to save and change countless young lives. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
When it's your money, your business, or your home, you deserve a partner who sees and hears you. A partner who is by your side every step of the way. That's Ameris Bank. It's a commitment we're proud to make, and one we back up by providing financial solutions to empower you. Because at the end of the day, we are dedicated advocates for you. Visit your local branch or learn more at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium, because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern pit barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbecue.com to learn more, or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville builders score big with DL Cabinetry. As the official cabinet supplier of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they offer top quality kitchen and bathroom cabinetry for any project. Enjoy fast turnaround, complimentary design, and great prices. Visit dlcabinetry.com today to learn more and to become a dealer. Limited spots available. DL Cabinetry, the winning choice for builders.
You know, I think Milo and Perk have done a great job coaching those guys in the back end in terms of the whole mindset and mentality of our defense is showing up at all three levels, which is extremely important for us moving forward. You know, it's a physical game. And yes, there's so much that happens in the secondary that is based off the pass game, right? It's coverage, it's zone, it's man, it's making plays on the ball. But when you have tackle guys that are in the back end that come and fill and play physically and violently, that's only going to help us as we go through this deal.
Head coach Liam Cohen discussing his Jaguars secondary and their tackling ability and aggressiveness and physicality. And welcome back. It is Jaguars Happy Hour. JP Shadrick, Pete Prisco, and Austin Lane after a Jaguars win over the Texans. And, of course, the Jaguars will be back home on Monday Night Football, October 6th. It's the matchup you don't want to miss. The Jaguars are throwing it back in the Prowler jerseys again. They'll take on the Chiefs under the primetime lights. Get tickets now at jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. Time now for Keeping It Real, still unsponsored.
Unbelievable.
Get with it, Duval.
Right? We need a sponsor for the segment.
Got to pay
Sponsor
Austin.
the damn segment.
We got to pay Austin.
Yeah. No kidding. No
Trying to do
kidding.
this pro bono.
His agent is
let's
tough.
go.
His agent is real tough.
Yeah.
We put out the cat signal. No, we'll get to the questions coming up. I'm a second ahead. Keeping it real. This is keeping it real.
By the way, real quick, the only bad thing about Monday Night Football,
Yeah.
we're not on.
That's right. We're off
Yeah.
on this show. We'll still have pregame and postgame, but
Right.
Pete will not be involved on happy hour. No happy hour.
No.
No happy hour. I know everybody's disappointed about that.
You're damn right they are.
They should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the ratings on this show is just like a massive
Gotta listen to
spike,
your audience.
especially as the season goes. It just goes up and up and up.
Well, I think the ratings go up the worse they play. That's what I've always
You know
thought.
what? There's something to, like, people want to get it out of their system and hear you get it out of your system.
Or when they play really, really well. You
There's
know what I
both
mean?
ways,
And it's not no different in the media business, period. If it's really good, it's easy to talk about. If it's really bad, it's easy to talk about. If you're right in the middle, it's boring and it stinks.
But you're 500, which is,
Yeah, but from our standpoint, that's not a good thing.
It's better than 4 wins. I'd take 8 or 9 wins.
Not from a talking perspective.
Okay.
It's
I
not.
got you.
From a content perspective, it's not.
Okay, I got you. All right, keeping it real, and it's about Travis Hunter. And, of course, in the game yesterday, a little more defense again, and that was part of the ask of Liam Cohen there was how is the secondary, especially Travis Hunter, playing on that side of the ball. And yesterday he played 43 defensive snaps. He had 6 tackles, 4 solo tackles in the game, played nearly 70% of those snaps on defense. And on offense, 37 snaps, a little over 50% of the snaps on offense, 1 catch for 21 yards that everybody remembers. So the question is, what is the correct balance for Hunter moving ahead, and how impressed are you with the physicality that he brought on defense yesterday, Austin?
Number one, physicality, very impressed with it, right? I think that was kind of a signature yesterday. If you want to take the takeaways from that game of what he did well in, I think those plays on defense did a pretty damn good job against Nico Collins. I think he's one of the best wide receivers in the league. Wasn't afraid to go man-to-man with him for a little bit. So on defense, it was great. Now on offense, how many targets? 2 targets?
2 targets, 1
2 targets, 1 catch. That catch was an amazing catch. It almost leaves you wanting more now, right? It was like the appetizer.
5-yard catch. The run after was the amazing.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a little appetizer when you're trying to get the full buffet, right? That's what we want to see, and you've seen glimpses. And now it's going to be on Liam Cohen to try to scheme him open, because I think going forward now with your wide receiving core, you need a guy to emerge as your go-to target. And besides Brenton Strange, who's your tight end, I'm not sure who that wide receiver is right now. So why not give Travis Hunter the opportunity to try to be that guy?
So what did you say? He played 46 snaps on defense?
Yeah, on defense, it was probably 60 to 70, 68% of the snaps.
I expect that to go a tick higher, but I think the offensive snaps are going to go even higher this week. I just do. I think, particularly if De'Ami Brown's not there, they have to.
Yeah.
And there was times where he looked like Austin said, where he wanted to go in, and they're kind of limiting him. Right. So I think this might be the week. Like I said, the quarterback plays better, throwing it around, but they get him the football more. And it can't just be quick throws either. Get him in the middle. The play that J.C. Horn made, that was going to be a big play because they got him down the field. He crossed the field on the over route. Yep. You got to do stuff like that.
Pete, how impressed are you with the physicality on defense he brought yesterday?
In the run game, diving in, making plays. You could look at a corner like that, and we've seen some who aren't very big, because he's not a big corner, who won't throw their body around. he lives for it. He's a competitive. You talk about competitiveness. That's a guy who's a competitor. You can see it with the way he plays. So, yeah. Let me ask you this from you guys' standpoint. Going into the season when they drafted him and bring him in and everything, didn't you expect more trash talking, flash, look at me kind of stuff than what we've seen from him at all? Because we don't see almost none of that.
I don't think we see any of that.
We
Well,
don't
now
see any of that,
he
yeah.
hasn't scored a touchdown yet, right? There's
No, but even when he
that.
makes a play on defense, these corners nowadays, they make
Right.
a play on defense and they act like
And
they,
they flex
had a
or-
pick six to win the Super Bowl.
all that stuff.
So you don't see any of that from him.
It's true.
See, I'm going to be honest. I'm not surprised, Pete, because even if you follow him in college, and yeah, like college and that atmosphere with Deion was a little different and everything. Like guys like to celebrate, more power to you. But like to me, it was really telling in the press conferences and just like when he does like his Twitch videos and everything. The dude's as humble as they come. And you play two positions where being humble isn't the name of the game, right? Like cornerback and wide receiver, prima donna, divas, egos. He doesn't have that. So, like, to me, if Deion couldn't bring that out of him and he couldn't get that out of him in college, I didn't expect him to go to the pros and have it either.
Or he doesn't want to waste the energy because he has to use it
Maybe
to
he's
play
that
two
tired.
positions.
But
yeah.
But now I think
and what happens when he starts making what happens? What I want to see is when he makes a pick six or a big interception or scores a 60-yard touchdown. What happens then? But he is a humble kid,
Sure.
and he loves the game that much. You can't take that away from him. He loves it.
Yeah. Here's what I might be a little critical on. When they drafted him, one of the very first sound bites from James Gladstone was, this guy's going to change the game. And with that phrase right there, then you set expectations with a fan base that says, oh, going to change the game. To you guys, has Travis Hunter really changed the game for this team yet?
No, he has not. Although the defense is better when he's playing corner than when he's not there.
Yeah.
Significantly better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because what that does, he's the one corner. Tyson Campbell now becomes the two corner, and then you have a good nickel in Jordan Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
When he's not playing corner, you have what? Jordan Lewis was playing outside, then they move him inside, and Jerry Jones would go outside. Yes, so it's from that standpoint, yes. But we expected more offensive fireworks from him, is what you expected. So from that standpoint, no.
Think about this. He's 2 underthrown passes from Trevor Lawrence away from at least 2 touchdowns and a pass interference call away from the game-winning pass defense. That would have put him all over ESPN, I think, the first 2 weeks of the season.
Wait, the J.C. Horn one, okay, he puts that over the top. He's going to score there. What's the other one?
The left side of the end zone last week, right? In Cincinnati? Wasn't that underthrown by Trevor?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because remember that's when Trey Hendrickson was coming in.
It's wide open.
Yeah.
Got in Trevor's face a
Yeah,
little bit. Trevor
throw it to the
underthrew
boundary.
it.
I don't know if he would have been wide because he kind of.
He had it
I'm
hit
going
a little
to be a little critical on that. He needed to run that route deeper to the back than he did.
Okay,
but
don't
the
underthrow
potential
the
was there.
ball is the point. Yeah, get Hendrickson's there to hit the popcorn guy.
But if you're going to miss it long. Don't miss it short.
But both of those were to Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and look, and I think he's going to be an amazing player on the offensive side. And they do have to get him the football, but not just quick throws. Like, what was the throw we saw yesterday to him? It was a quick throw.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But see, this is the beauty of being 2-1 right now. Because if you're 0-3 or you're 1-2, we probably start the show off with how much are you going to use Travis Hunter? Why is he being used in this situation? Right? But since you're 2-1 right now, it's secondary.
Well, we started the show tonight 2-1 with the quarterback stinks. So that's what happened on this show tonight.
No, but here's the other part. Here's the other part of that. Would they have? I mean, if they weren't 2-1, people would be saying, well, they could have drafted a wide receiver where they were at, and then come back in the third round and got a corner, or maybe even use next year's first round pick that they didn't trade away to get a corner if they needed one, right? I mean, you could look at it that way. So, yeah, he's been really good on defense, and I think he's going to be great on defense. But for bang for your buck, the way you talked about it, Austin, the way they talked about it when he came here, it's offense time now.
It has to be. Yeah.
Get him the damn ball.
And that to me is just that's from the local level, right? Because there's a national narrative of, okay, you can't put him in 2 positions, right? I remember watching a thing with Rex Ryan, who I greatly respect as a defensive coach and everything, but Rex Ryan was saying he can't play offense and defense. And then I think Diana Rossini put an article out on Sunday saying how there's a lot of skeptics out there saying that he's not producing enough. Well, if you want to follow the box score, okay then. But then if you actually watch the film of him on defense, he is doing his part, right? But the problem with playing cornerback is the fact that, like, you know, set aside from tackles, interceptions, if you're doing good at your job, you get no love.
Yeah, if you're that good at your job, they may not throw your way anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And at the end, and you see it on offense. He wants to go in there. They're not ready to put him in there full time yet, and I get all that. But at the end of the day, we're trying to critique a guy that we have no idea, we've never really seen before. So we don't even know how to analyze it, right? But if I'm Rex Ryan, if I'm Dan Rossini, I'm just looking, you know what? We haven't seen this before, so I'm not going to judge it. I'm going to sit back, trust Liam Cohen. I'm going to enjoy the show. Like, that's all you can do at this point. Because I've never seen this before. I don't know how to handle the reps and everything. That's not my job.
See, the four-letter network always needs, like, judgments and takes.
Oh, yeah.
They can't sit back and wait. That's not what they do.
Yeah, by the way, I think he might have gotten a higher grade as an offensive player than he did as a defensive player Sunday. How stupid is on PFF? How stupid is that?
That's why I don't look at PFF. Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, that is really stupid.
That's what it is. That is Keeping It Real, still unsponsored. Let's get after it, folks. We're back in a moment. We'll do the Fanatics fan questions, and we have some Zapruder film of Tony Baselli.
Wow, we got it.
We got it. We're going to have it when we come back. PRI Productions, the Southeast full-service event company, has everything you need to bring your next idea to life. Visit PRIProductions.com and learn more. It is Jaguars Happy Hour, presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings.
Craving the ultimate game day experience? Look no further. Cheer on your Jaguars as they travel to San Francisco to take on the 49ers this Sunday at the official away game watch party at Mr. Chubby's West Side. Indulge in the biggest and best wings in town with appearances by Jackson DeVille and The Roar. You'll even get the chance to win autographed items and game tickets, all while soaking up the lively atmosphere with fellow Jags fans. Mr. Chubby's Wings, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
It's here that a tiny newborn has the heart surgery needed to save her life. It's here that a first grader learns to speak clearly and confidently. It's here that a 12-year-old athlete builds the strength to run full speed again. It's here at Wolfson Children's Hospital that answers are found, courage is shown, and odds are beaten every day. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
Ride Now Power Sports is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. The pick is in. CF Moto is your top draft choice for excitement on the road or off. Don't miss the All Cylinders clearance event with financing as low as 0% or rebates up to $1,500 on select vehicles through September 30th. Make your winning drive today at Ride Now Power Sports Beach Boulevard. Mention Jaguars at the time of purchase and score big with CF Moto. See the full lineup now at ridenow.com. Hey Jags fans, stop dreaming of creating your game day fan cave and build the Jaguars den of your dreams with ZipChair. When it comes to maximum comfort, ZipChair.com is the only place for officially licensed Jaguars recliners, sofas, bar stools, office and gaming chairs, all featuring high-quality embroidered Jags logos. Crack open a few cold ones in the comfort of a ZipChair and make your home the place to be on game day. Head over to ZipChair.com and save 20% today. Use code JagsRadio at checkout. ZipChair.com, furniture for fans.
Are you ready to love how you feel, look, and live in every season? At Elace, we offer more than just luxury med spa treatments. We provide a serene, judgment-free space where you can reconnect with the best version of you. Whether you want to refresh your natural look with Botox or Dysport, pamper yourself with a relaxing hydrofacial, or rejuvenate your complexion with laser resurfacing, our expert team in Jacksonville is here to tailor treatments to your needs. Visit Elace.com today and start your journey to loving yourself.
Jaguars fans, it's time to show up and show out. Get game day ready with fresh gear from Fanatics. Rock your teal and black with the new sideline collection, head-turning headwear, and exclusive drops you won't find anywhere else. Visit any of our 11 convenient locations throughout the stadium and rep your Jags in style. The Jaguars Pro Shop, a Fanatics experience. Welcome back. It is Jaguars Happy Hour. JP Shadrick, Austin Lane, and Jacksonville. Pete Prisco down in South Florida after a Jaguars win 17-10 over the Houston Texans. It's always a good one. We've got the Fanatics fan questions coming up. But first, our crack research staff has found some social media video put out by @Jaguars. They didn't think far of right after the game. Celebration in the hallway outside the locker room. Here's the quarterback.
The 6'7" cheerleader in a hoodie.
Here's Trayvon Walker coming up. Oh, chest bumps Josh Hines out. Elbows him in the shoulder.
Look at that.
What is that?
Look at that. Oh, my gosh.
That's that forearm right there. Hang on.
Oh, here it comes. Like, Trayvon walks away, and here's Josh.
Caught him by surprise, forearm shiver.
Wow. And you know what? And he's wearing James Gladstone's hoodie again.
It's amazing, like, how close they dress alike when they're on the Jags HQ show on Thursdays now.
You know, when I saw Tony in Miami, I told him, I said, Tony, you're dressing like James Gladstone now. And he went on this whole spiel about how he had the hoodie first and it was his, and his wife saw it and ordered it for him from Lululemon or whatever the company, I don't know. And I'm like, JP, and I asked you this, do you ever remember him wearing that?
I don't. It was always T-shirt guy, like, which is
Correct.
fine, whatever. Like, do your thing, but I don't remember like the lightweight hoodie Lululemon,
man.
Which is fine. There's nothing wrong
it's
with
comfy
that.
stuff.
Not there's anything wrong with that.
I mean, listen, like I respect Tony Baselli as the day is long, but do you think, like, does Tony Baselli do yoga?
Probably.
Okay, because I was going to say, like, it's almost like wearing a band T-shirt, where if you wear a band T-shirt, you better name 3 albums. If you wear a Lululemon anything, you better be able to name, like, 3 poses, at least. Downward dog, flamingo, pigeon. Come on.
He told me it's as comfortable as you possibly can be in anything. So if that's the case, but again, he never wore it before Gladstone showed up. So like John Osher always kids him, there used to be a show, Identical. They walk alike, they talk alike, they're identical cousins. I forget what the name, it was way back in the day, but that was a song. Osher sings it all the time now because he's the one that, he pointed it out to me.
I was told it's the Patty Duke show.
There you go.
Okay.
They walk alike, they talk alike, they're identical, GM and president.
Here's the telling point, because I think, isn't James Gladstone rocking a mustache right now? If I'm not mistaken.
He might be, yeah.
I think he's got a mustache. If Tony Baselli starts rocking a mustache, intervention time. You know what I'm saying? Happy hour intervention. Yeah.
Okay, so we love moments like that to pick on him, but the 6'7" cheerleader one was good, right? That's a good one.
Pretty good. He almost knocked out the defensive end. Like, how in the world are you doing?
Yeah, you don't play anymore. You're going to hurt yourself.
Listen, but this is the football player.
The man is padded up. The man is padded up.
Like, Josh Hines Allen surprised him with the contact. Watch this. Like, he was just, all right, no, I wasn't ready for that. And boom, forearm shiver.
God,
that's an instinct. That's an instinct right there. That's all that is.
See the trainer.
That's an instinct. Like, that doesn't leave you. You know, like, yeah, joints get a little stiff and everything, but that instinct when someone pops you like that.
He's got 3 replaced hips.
Retaliation right there. I like it.
Shoulder.
It wasn't just a push with it was an elbow.
It was the forearm shiver and then he also had like a little woo.
Yeah.
Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I see it, Tony.
The 6'7" cheerleader. That's what we got. Look, he's happy. His team won. You got to give it to him.
Pete, cheerleaders aren't giving forearm shivers, though.
Look at the look on his face, too.
The intensity.
Look at the look on his face. Look at that.
Don't hit me
when he played the great pass rushers of his era, I don't think he had that look on his face.
Yeah, there you go. That's what happens when you win.
Yep.
You know what that was? That was almost like a little subtle shot, like, Josh, if I was still playing, you wouldn't be getting those numbers against me, buddy.
There would be no tip pass today.
Right? Isn't that kind of like that was? Austin, you say it never goes out of you, but that's kind of like the message. Hey, Josh, you had a great game. You're having a great year, but if I was playing, just to remind you.
Yeah.
We got to hustle through some Fanatics fan questions. Jaguars fans.
That's worth its weight in gold.
That was awesome. I love it. Gear up at Fanatics.com. All the latest Jag style. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything. Cat signal out. Here's the best we came up with. At Bortles Nation, thoughts on Jordan Lewis, the guy's flying around and making play after play. Austin?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, listen, there's a lot of people on this defense right now, a lot of players making some splashes, and he's definitely one of them. And in terms of the locker room mentality that he brings, I think they can be happy with him right now.
I think he's great. I think he's been a great free agent signing. He's been a big part of what they do on defense, and they've blown a lot of free agent signings. Doesn't look like that's one of them.
Next question at Jake Jumpman. What do our kick returners keep catching the ball at or just inside the goal line when they can let it land in the end zone and guarantee a start at the 35?
Yeah, that I don't get. The whole kickoff thing has confused a lot of people, and I don't like it. The landing zone. Let's get it in the landing zone. If it hits here, you go to the 40. If it hits there, it goes in there. Come on, give me a break. But he's not wrong about it.
But it's increased returns around the league. That's what the league wants.
I think there's a little ego involved where every play you feel like you can make a touchdown off that, especially the way that these special teams guys are lining up now. So I think there's a little ego saying, okay, well, I see how they're lined up. Let me take
35.
it back.
I can get to the 40.
I get to the 40. I'll show you.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Jags tie hard. Is it clearly identifiable where the drops are coming from? Bad placement by the quarterback or the wide receiver just not having solid fundamentals?
Both. Because there's been balls that placement is important, and I don't know if the placement's been great on some of those drops. Now, some of them are just cleared. Like the Parker Washington was a great throw.
Yeah.
You got to catch that. The second Parker Washington was a bad throw. The Brian Thomas one should have been out in front of him. Not a great throw. Still should have caught it. So it's probably a combination of both.
I'm going to go back to what my Pop Warner coach used to tell me. If you get two hands on the ball, you got to catch it, right? And I think a lot of these drops, you've seen two hands on the ball. And maybe it's a little behind you every once in a while. Maybe it's a little high. But if you get two hands on the ball, attack it and bring it down.
And Liam talked about this. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, JP. But what I'm saying is you're right. But this also, we talk about hidden yardage in the National Football League. Accuracy on throws has hidden yardage involved in it. For example, if he hits Parker Washington on that crosser where he should have hit him, he might turn it up and get an extra 6, 7, 8 yards. Same with the throw down the sideline to Brian Thomas. Put it out there. He should have caught it, but you put it out there, he might run under it. It might be a 70-yard or 65-yard touchdown or whatever it was. So accuracy is so important in the hidden yards of the game.
And Liam Cohen talked today about where the ball is caught in terms of depth of the receiver. Is it caught behind your face? Does it cross your face before you can catch it if you're running across? Or can you catch it out in front of your face and see your hands catching it? There's some of that, too. There's a little of everything involved in this. Moving ahead. Next question.
He's throwing a lot of high balls, too.
Yeah, what? And that's been a thing his whole career, right?
Yeah, he's been high. He's always been high. And they thought they might have worked that out of him with the mechanics, but it has. Even the touchdown pass, De'Ami Brown dropped that touchdown pass in the end zone last week, and some people will say that was a high ball, but he should have caught it.
Hit him in the hands.
Right.
At Levon Florence, did we do something to Al Shire? Did a Jaguar date his sister? It seems like he's got beef with us.
I think he has a beef with a lot of people when he plays the game. And I'm not going to have any – look, what he did last year was wrong, but he plays the game with an edge. I don't mind playing a game with an edge. And if you go – I'll give you an example. Last week in the Tampa game, there was a hit on the sideline where he should have been called for a late hit. He hit a guy out of bounds, and it didn't get called. And he does things like that. He pushes the envelope. That's just the way he plays.
He's the type of guy where you hate to go against him, but you're glad he's on your team, right? The Houston Texans love him, I assume, in that locker room. You hate playing against him. And I think what his issue is well, that's a benefit of Jaguars Twitter. I think after that shot on Trevor Lawrence, I think a lot of, his DMs got mentioned and everything. And because he even brought it up. Anytime you bring up what people say on social media, guess what? You're affected by it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say so. Last one, at No Toes Down. Austin, you were sitting by my buddy at the game yesterday. What kind of fan are you in the stadium?
I think I know who you're talking about, by the way. But to be fair, I try to be chill and calm and collected because I'm always watching things that people may not be watching. I'm watching the sideline demeanor. I'm watching, obviously the defensive line. And plus, I have a 10-year-old with me who's my son. I'm trying to set a good example. He was talking more smack than I did, but I will be honest. When Tyson Campbell knocked the ball out, I had a few choice words of excitement and everything. And my 10-year-old turns to me and goes, Dad, I just want to let you know, what you said, those curse words, I wanted to say them too, but I didn't. But I was thinking them. I go, all right, man, noted. Appreciate you. And then we all
because that fan called in earlier and said that you were cursing at number 16 when he made a couple bad throws.
Oh, that's what I heard.
Cursing a little bit. Yeah. They've had a few choice words under my breath for those.
These deep balls aren't getting hit today.
Yeah.
Or catch the damn ball. But not so nice words.
I mean, I've said it before. I've swore twice in front of my son in terms of football. Well, actually, now 3 times after the game. Once was Blake Bortles throwing 2 interceptions for touchdowns in the same game. That got and then one was a Trevor Lawrence interception too in front of my son watching the game on TV. So it feels good to swear in front of my son with a good play. You know, I'm not saying I'm going for Dad of the Year or anything, but it's football. It's emotional. He knows.
Yeah, but Austin, it's probably like nothing compared to what he hears when he goes to school.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Or the music that he listens to as well. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Fanatics fan questions are in. We're back in a moment. Look around the NFL in Week 3. We'll wrap it up when we return. It's Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings.
Craving the ultimate game day experience? Look no further. Cheer on your Jaguars as they travel to San Francisco to take on the 49ers this Sunday at the official away game watch party at Mr. Chubby's West Side. Indulge in the biggest and best wings in town with appearances by Jackson DeVille and The Roar. You'll even get the chance to win autographed items and game tickets, all while soaking up the lively atmosphere with fellow Jags fans. Mr. Chubby's Wings, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Game day means it's time to get loud, get proud, and get real. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Deep Eddy Vodka brings real flavor made with real ingredients to every tailgate, watch party, and post-game toast. Handcrafted in small batches in Austin, Texas, Deep Eddy Vodka is distilled 10 times and is made with purified Texas water, real fruit juice, and pure cane sugar. Wherever you're cheering on the Jaguars, make every moment a real one with Deep Eddy Vodka, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Please stay drink responsibly. Deep Eddy Vodka is a product of Deep Eddy Distilling Company, Austin, Texas. 35 to 40% alcohol by volume, distilled from corn.
It's Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years straight. Choose a gas, hybrid, or all-electric F-150. Got a heavyweight job to do? It's time for Super Duty. Save on a great selection of Ford trucks, including Maverick and Ranger. It's Ford Truck Month. Time to make your move. Don't miss the best offers of the year during Ford Truck Month.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? Right now during the Renewal by Anderson's Big BOGO event, buy one, get one 40% off, plus zero money down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. At Renewal by Anderson, our Acclaim Impact Replacement windows are built for Florida homes and designed to help you save money on your energy bills by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round. Offer expires September 30th. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free design consultation. License number CGC 1527613.
Restaurant Orsay is a bustling French-American bistro focusing on classic French techniques with their chefs incorporating a traditional Southern influence. Celebrate life's special moments or just relax and enjoy their daily happy hour. Restaurant Orsay also offers full-service catering for any of your event needs. Restaurant Orsay, located in historic Avondale at 3630 Park Street. Visit www.restaurantorsay.com.
Dropping is C.J. Stroud. He gets hit as he let it go. The ball's floating up there. The ball is picked off. The Jags have picked it off. The Jags have picked it off. They take over at their own 4-yard line. What a play! They hit him as he let it go. It was picked off. Antonio Johnson has the pick. And the Jags have taken over at their own 4-yard line.
Just to be clear, it was picked off. It was. Antonio Johnson, no, it's Frank Frangie with the call, of course.
Wow.
And of course, that is the call of the game presented by Coil Fence. Since 1927, we've been around the block and fenced it, too. No, exciting play there, exciting moment. I was in the bowl, had to do the post-game interview on the video boards, and to see that play from Hines Allen to tip it, and then the play by Johnson to dive for it, that was a fantastic finish. So that's
Antonio Johnson on the field because, in large part because Darnell Savage was then packing.
He gone. Yep. See ya. That's how it works. And for 12 years, Dreamfinders Homes has been proud to call themselves the official home builder of the Jags. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all the available inventory, and go Jags. Let's take a quick look around the National Football League. You know, I like a lot of things in life. I love a good cigar and bourbon. I love a nice steak dinner. Company of a lovely woman on a date at night. And when the Titans lose, add that to the list.
So you're 2 out of 3 on those.
But when the Titans lose, add it to the list because it is so sweet. When they lose, they are 0-3, and that's great for business.
But there's, can you really relish in it for you, JP, if they stink so bad? I mean, they're bad.
It's fine. Good. Yeah, I'm glad.
Okay.
I'm happy.
Well, they were terrible.
Yeah,
they're terrible. They were terrible on Sunday. Cam Ward threw a pick 6 to open the game. It was awful.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Colts are good.
Are they? Because they beat the Titans and we don't know. They beat the Titans and the Dolphins, who both are really bad, and they beat the Broncos, who are now 1-2, are supposed to be a good team. We'll know more about the Colts this week because they go play the Rams in L.A.
Panthers shut out the Falcons. What's that about?
They might have a Michael Penix problem. He was awful. It's 2 weeks in a row. He hasn't been very good.
Not good. Browns over the Packers, 13-10. That was a wild
weird
one.
ending.
Yeah.
Weird ending.
There's a lot of weird endings.
That was
the
a
Eagles,
throwback game, by the way, too.
Yeah, it was.
Smash mouth type of game.
13-10. Eagles had a
The
block.
Browns defense is good, man. Really good.
Another weird ending was the Philadelphia game, of course. The blocked field goal returned for a touchdown. I mean, they would have won anyway with just the block.
Oh, no.
Why not?
If you're that big, you take it back and you score a touchdown, big guy.
By the way, that's a sign of a really good team to be down to that team that by that many and come back and win that game. Here's one other thing. 3.3 per rush for Saquon Barkley. Did they run him too many times last year? He carried it almost 350 times.
Something to think about. Vikings blasted the Bengals 48-10. Boy.
Jake Browning became Jake Browning.
Yeah, that's what happened on that one.
And by the way, congrats. I forgot who the defender was who scored 2 touchdowns. The first
Isaiah Rodgers.
Isaiah Rodgers, the first ever perfect rating on PFF. 99.9 on PFF. First ever rating.
Does he get a medal for that? Like, what happens?
That means he probably should have been, aside from the 2 big plays, probably should have got a 60 when we really graded it.
Right. Buccaneers over the Jets, 29-27. Baker Mayfield said it was a revenge game because the guy on defense whacked him.
It's Steve Wilkes. Baker Mayfield has it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to look around the league and look at a quarterback who has it, that man has it.
Call it moxie.
Yeah, it stands out in a big way.
By the way, they started 5 guys on the offensive line who hadn't before the season. Not a one of them was planning to play that position, and the 2 guards made their first NFL starts. They had 5 holding penalties on the first drive, and still won the game.
First drive, that's hard to do. It's really hard to do. Bears beat the Cowboys 31-14. The Niners over the Cardinals with Mac Jones starting 16-15. Chiefs beat the Giants 22-9. Monday Night Football, it's a fantastic matchup. Jared Goff and the 1-1 Detroit Lions, who lost to the Packers and beat the Bears. Well, they head to Baltimore to face Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and the 1-1 Baltimore Ravens. Who you got on the Inner Harbor tonight, Austin?
Crab cakes and football. That's what Maryland does. Give me the Ravens.
I'm going to take the Ravens too, but I think this is going to go up and down the field like a track meet. I don't think either defense is all that good. Matabiki's out for the Ravens. Van Noy's out. On the other side, they're giving up a ton of big plays. Terry and Arnold's really struggling. So I think it's going to go up and down, but I think the Ravens will find a way to win the game.
Ravens, up and down the field game. And then the Lions will be 1-2.
Can you believe it? Good.
Yeah.
That would be a good 1-2 team compared to some of the 3-0 teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of football left for them to really get right and get winning results. So don't count them out if that happens tonight. That's Monday Night Football. Next week, Peter, you're going to lock Jaguars at San Francisco.
No, I will not.
Austin.
But I think they can win the game, though. I really do. Even in the state of horrors that has been California.
Austin.
I still have my Ring camera, but I'm going to invest in a lock here, I think, pretty soon, the way it's going, because I need to feel a little safer. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not
You
this
can't.
week.
You
Rough
can't
neighborhood
lock
I'm
one.
living.
You can't lock one on the road in California.
That's
You can't.
for sure. For sure.
Those are, yeah. And now we'll ask this again. Maybe we'll ask because we're not going to show before Monday Night Football. How about the Chiefs game?
A primetime game? You to lock it in?
Come on, Chiefs.
We have a show next Monday.
Have I done it again? Yeah, I have.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man.
JP,
What is going
what
on?
is wrong with you?
I don't know, man.
You haven't seen your moments in your 40s. What the hell is wrong with you?
No.
How old are you now?
Who knows?
Did you get the Dan Quinn treatment? Did somebody knock you on your ass? You hit your head yesterday?
I
or
don't know what
something?
happened.
What the hell?
I got hit by Tony Baselli, I think is what happened. Pete
Oh, my
Prisco,
God.
Austin Lane, JP Shadrick. It's Jaguars Happy Hour.